The Great Reset, if you have been doing the program, you should be feeling very, very different. I know I'm seeing it in the comments. Joining me always, Jared and Lau. What are you guys hearing feedback from the program?
Even day one, or I don't know if it was day 1 or 2, but just with the food combinations, that thread was just on fire of
It's a
everybody.
game
Like
changer.
so many people like, wow, I did this one thing and I don't have bloating. I don't have this. I feel good. I feel full. I'm like, it's been absolutely amazing. So absolutely.
That was probably the biggest change for me personally, was the food pairings. And I'm just so aware of it because when you do it consistently, when you don't do it, or if you introduce cheese or something like that, you feel it right away. It changes your regular system of bowel movements. It changes the way that you feel after you eat. It actually makes you lethargic. So yeah, I saw that day, and then the day with sauna and detoxing and adding blasting to that, like how different you feel immediately after that.
There's some great comments too with the breath work, with the sound as well. Like those two, there's some people that have had some really powerful
like breakthroughs, right?
Absolutely, with those tools as well. So
I love it. You guys are so awesome for jumping in on that. I'm ready to come do some breath work and have my orgasm at y'all's. Right, everybody. I love to talk about sex. I've been putting together like our Valentine's Day sexual health, so I'm off and being creepy this morning. Okay.
So
I digress.
Day 21, what do we got? Day 21.
Day 21, we are talking about pharmaceuticals. Jared, why don't you take us away a little bit what the book says, and then I think we can discuss the mindfulness around this. And let me just say this. This is a tough subject. I've approached it throughout the years, and definitely this is a subject that each individual person has to decide for themselves and work with the people that they trust.
Right. Yeah. It's more of a bringing awareness of what takes place with these substances when they come in the body. And then everybody figures out, okay, this is best for me with my situation for this time period, and
That's right.
But so here, right from the book, it says all drugs have potentially damaging side effects. Because a malfunctioning cell is the definition of disease, and drugs deliberately cause cells to malfunction. Drugs cause disease. Drugs are foreign to the body. The mechanism by which drugs work is to alter the body's biochemistry in order to suppress symptoms. Side effects often are worse than the diseases the drugs are used to treat. Perhaps these hazards should be justified if drugs cure disease, but they do not. They control and suppress symptoms.
And isn't it crazy? I think the thing that like really went off the light bulb there was that their design is actually like our body is telling us, I am malfunctioning. And then we are now telling it, no, you're not.
Yeah. There's a beautiful analogy that I heard a while back. Like your vehicle, your car, you're driving on the highway and the light comes on. That's a symptom. It's like the light goes on. So you don't go to the mechanic and say, hey, I want you to fix this light, the engine light, check engine. I want you to fix this check engine light. No, you check the engine. You like go to the root cause, not just. So that's what, it was very interesting. It's like, oh, wow.
I also, the other part of what you read, and I remember the day that I read it, was how it does set off this chain reaction. I don't think that was the words they used, but it starts to change your biochemistry. So then once you've made that switch, then the entire body has to sort of adjust. I think of it like this. I look out, you guys have been to my house, and for the viewers who haven't, it's a jungle, but 20 years ago, it was a cow farm and no one reforested it. It was just left it alone and let nature do what it needs to. And then we have all this building around us. It's like, well, it's just one tennis court on the beach, but it sets off that whole chain reaction. So I kind of look at it like that. Like the body does know what to do if we put it in its natural environment, so to speak. And we obviously know that drinking Coca-Cola and smelling gas fumes and slathering on cancerous sunscreens, that's not our natural environment. And then we take a drug to counterbalance that. It sounds crazy when you string it together like that, but of course, people have these horrible things happen and they need a solution. So give us the punchline. How should people approach their either getting off of meds or considering a med for a particular thing? for a drug. I'm talking drugs.
I think the most important is to understand that it was lifestyle choices that took you in many circumstances to the current health issues that most people don't know. So now that you have the book, now that you have resources, now that you have all the missions, then you can understand that by changing your lifestyle, you could potentially eliminate the consumption of or the use of certain medicines. Because as it says there, it is just to suppress the symptom, but the root cause is not being addressed. So it will never resolve truly the disease. And it is very common also for the medical system to say like, well, there's no cure, there's nothing else we can do. Of course, if you're giving a medicine that it will only treat symptoms, that's more than obvious. So change lifestyle, and only if you choose to change your lifestyle, you can eventually start seeing how the body gets to more into harmony and
How you grow a jungle on a cow farm, right? Let it flourish, and it takes time. I know for me personally, everybody probably knows all the struggles that I had over 2 or 3 years. And it wasn't until I did the world's largest enemas, 4 times liver cleanses, like I had to get that cleaned out.
Yeah.
And I systematically got off of any type of like I don't even take an ibuprofen at this point, and I even had my IUD taken out, and that was such a luxury for me. It solved that problem of like, hey, I don't have to have periods, I don't have to get pregnant, but at what cost? And then you see it, and it's like I really feel like I get better every single day, and I feel really limitless moving into the future. And I know you guys probably never have. If you guys see Jared and Lau in person, they're like both shredded, and Lau looks like a little girl. So they've been living this way longer than me, and you guys don't get sick. You don't get sick, you don't get fat, you're extremely athletic.
It just comes down to, like, I think we've all been in situations where the symptoms have been so intense. Okay, we have taken that decision to take some meds to help at least give us a little break where we can then address the
Yeah.
root cause of those things. So again, we're not saying, oh, you got to get off all your meds. No, it's bringing awareness. Like if you listen to the pharmaceutical commercials, or if you look at the sheet that comes in any med, the list of side effects is mind-boggling. So it's bringing awareness to.
We've almost become numb to it. It's like they have the commercial, and it's like, and this can cause heart disease and and even death. And then it's like, ask your doctor, and you're like, what? Like that. I think I'd rather have knee pain or whatever it is.
And also, it's really important to know what you're taking, because a lot of people I talk about, they don't even know what's the name of the medicine. They don't even know what it is for. They don't even know why the doctor said that. And it's like, but what is it that you're taking? Yeah, it's like a
sometimes they prescribe multiple things, and definitely people don't understand that.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
you have people, oh my gosh, I have people arrive at my house and they've got, why does everybody use a Ziploc bag? But like a big Ziploc bag, like 20 things in it, and they have no idea. They literally have no idea. So we're not saying get off your drugs, and we're not saying never take a drug ever again. We're saying do it with full mindfulness.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And education, and ask the questions and deep dive, look for the alternatives. And no matter what you're doing, you still need to get on this never be sick again and fascia blasting and sound journeys. And this is the path for lifelong health. So it's just, when do you get on?
You got it. You got it. So tomorrow, we're going to talk a little bit also about the medical, but more on the surgery side. So that's day 22.
I'm looking forward to day 22. I can only speak for my 23 surgeries, and I'm also the scar tissue expert. So we look forward to seeing you guys back here tomorrow for
This one.
surgeries.
See you tomorrow.